Hello, everyone, and welcome to our call. I am so excited and with my esteemed pleasure to have an opportunity to speak with you on this day. Whoever tapped you on the shoulder or had a conversation with you and invited you to this call, I definitely want to extend my heart of gratitude for allowing me the privilege and opportunity to be before you on today. It is with great admiration and with great passion of mine that I am educating my fellow friends and family and extended friends and family on the ability to really be in a space where you can create longevity and wealth creation. And so tonight, this afternoon, wherever you are in the world, I know this is a global impact and there's some global friends on here as well. We're going to talk about the magnificent ability to change your money into liquid passive income. And so I like to call that the new money era because we definitely need to change our mindset on how we look at money, how money flows, and where we put our money to actually maximize the ability to achieve those long-term goals and really shrinking that timeline to getting to the space where we can be free with how we make our money, how we spend our money, and how we use money as a tool to give us the pleasures in life. So why are you here? The number one reason I would say that you're here is to see money and wealth like the rich. The rich do not work for money. They put their money to work and they seize the opportunities when they see that there is a better way to make passive income and multiply that income so that they can put in a position to also pass down generational wealth. You are further here to learn how to generate those passive income streams using double digit returns. And we're going to utilize the tools that are already existing, just like the bank. We're going to talk about how the strategies in the bank continue to make them rich and how they're using our money to do so. So we want to stop being lenders to the bank and we want to become our own bank. You're further going to learn how to invest in a way that is safe, affordable, and impactful for you and your family. I'm a firm believer that what we do today is not meant to impact today, it's meant to impact tomorrow, years and generations down the line. And so when I'm putting this information out and when I'm talking about this information, I always want people to close their mind on the idea that things that you're doing today need to be things that you're learning, things that you can continue to manifest and continue to bring forth, and also transferring that wealth knowledge on how this money can grow at a different pace to your children, grandchildren, and down the line. Further, you're going to receive the keys of freedom. I'm extending an invitation so that you can put yourself in position to never have to worry about money again. So before we go any further, there is this disclaimer that I definitely have to read out loud. And I represent a magnificent company by the name of GS Partners. They are a global standard bank. And as I said, we're going to talk about how you can become your own bank, bridging the gap between partnerships with what they have to offer and what we have to offer. And so let me go ahead and just get this small piece of disclaimer out of the way. This presentation is for the exclusive purpose of educating the community, its members, and users of our products, services, and potential reward program found on the GS Partners Global platform. Every effort has been made to accurately represent the GS Partners reward plan and its income potential. All earnings or income examples will depend solely on the ideas, techniques, knowledge, skills, and time invested into your independent business. GS Partners does not guarantee any results for any decisions you make in relation to promoting our products or our business, All income examples used by GS Partners are not to be considered average earnings. All examples are not financial advice because we are not financial advisors. So why are we here? We talked about the fact that you're here to learn more about how to really use your money in a positive way to bring positive cash flow your way. And so I call that the ultimate goal, the game changer of looking at these very specific 3 pillars when it comes to money. How you invest your money. Saving money, putting it in the bank is not going to be enough. Again, we're talking about generational wealth. We're talking about transferring generational wealth down to our next generations. So putting your money in tools and investment models that already exist is the best way to go. They've been proven to work. It keeps business thriving. It keeps money flowing. And so instead of us putting our money into a vehicle that's not really growing at a significant rate, you can put your money into these models that are growing at a significant rate by eliminating the bank out of the way. So getting the most powerful financial forces available to you working for you is the best option to grow your money. And we're going to talk about those vehicles. And then again, stop being a lender to the bank. There's no reason for us to give our money to the bank interest free. You're giving your money to the bank. You're not charging them. They're taking your money and putting it out into these financial institutions that are allowed to multiply their money by doing different strategies and then paying you pennies on a dollar. Even when you get a credit card from that company, they're charging you interest. So they're charging you on your own money, lending your money right back to you and charging you for it. So we got to get into a space where we're employing your money, you're employing your money the same way as a bank, taking control and eliminating these pitfalls that we always are accustomed to doing. So our ultimate goal, if we are in this business, I am in this space right now before you because we want to solve the global problem. We want to empower you and empower your money. So 95% of Americans are saving and growing their money in these traditional methods. We talked about the savings account. I'm not going to keep repeating it, but these savings accounts aren't earning enough. 1% per year. And I haven't seen one bank yet that is offering 1% per year. But even if you take that as an example, a $10,000 account can only grow $1 per year on these type of savings returns, right? That's not going to make us our money double in a year. We want to put ourselves in a position where our money is actually doubling a year, right? So here's the average saving bank interest. I don't take my word for it. Take what's on the screen. As you can see, the highest percentage yields with Capital One at 0.40%. All right, still nothing of all of these major banks that we put our money into, Capital One, Huntington Bank, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, is nowhere near 1%. So even in my example, if you put your money into these accounts, you're not even getting that $1 on your $10,000. Stocks, not saying that putting your money in the stock market isn't a great strategy, but does it have to be the only means of strategy? Even with the 8 to 12% a year return, that's still not doubling your money, right? And that's an average return. So how many years do you have to have your money to actually average 8 to 12% per year? Bonds, stocks, 401ks, these are traditional methods. And we have to eliminate the fact that these are the only ways in our belief system to actually generate wealth and generate money. Most of us are locked into this 40-40-40 plan. And what does that mean? The average American makes about $150,000 a year, working 40 hours a week. The typical American works 40 years because we're able to start working in the U.S. at the age of 16, right? And so although we make these transitions into different careers, we may go to school, we may go to trade school, over the years, we're going to be offered with these jobs ability to invest into their 401k plans. So we're working 40 hours a week. We're working for 40 years. And ideally, based on statistics and everything that we're seeing from the financial space, the average retirement age is 65 to 74. But what is the average retirement savings account that we're seeing on average? As you can see here, it says $426,000. How in the world are you going to be able to survive off of 40% of the income that you were making when you were working $150K per year? Remember, this $400,000 has to be spread out for the rest of your life after you retire. And typically speaking, this is where the most Americans end up, working 40 hours, working for 40 years, reduced down to only 40% of their income at retirement. So compared to the actual average of what is recommended for a retiree, we're looking at $1.8 to $2.2 million. So if the average retirement account after withdrawal is between $250 to $425K, why such a spread? Because you have to pay Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam doesn't need any more of our money. So you worked all that time to now only have maybe 60 to 50% of what you saved over the course of 40 years. And in order for you to live comfortably, the recommended amount is over 1 million, even close to 2 million, even over 2 million. That's a devastating 7 to 8x difference on where you should be, but where the average American would be. So the goal that you have to be ready to prepare yourself for, and it's never too late, no matter what age you are, no matter what side of retirement you are. If you are, 10 years into retirement or have 10 years left to retire, it doesn't matter. You still have the opportunity to close this wealth gap and put your money into something that can give you some more freedom. Just have to have the right vehicle. So this is the other devastating reality. Again, if you take that 300,000 on average, let's just say, after you started taking those withdrawals, you started paying your taxes on it, you have $300,000 left at retirement. Let's say that you retire at the age of 65. The average American probably lives until 75, 80. All right. So that 300,000 has to last you unless you have some other means of income coming in or you go back to work, which sadly most Americans end up having to do. Why? Because they can't survive off $30,000 a year when they were paying or getting paid $150,000. Let alone they can't survive off $15,000 a year when they were getting paid $150,000 a year. You're retiring and you're taking an 80 to 90% pay cut. Where does this make sense? Where does this sound like a safe and a stressless and a fulfilling retirement life? It's not. This is devastating. Very, very, very devastating. So how do we get ourselves on the other side of a situation like this? How do we mitigate our inability to live in retirement free of worry of money? We have to do something different, and we have to clothe our minds with the opportunity that something does exist and that you have to act fast, you have to act now. So what if you can have access to money that actually multiplies, making money actually multiply in a favorable growth strategy? But first, you have to dismiss these obsolete, stagnant methods. These traditional banking pitfalls do not work to accumulate true wealth. These financial systems aren't working for you, they're working against you, and they're programmed to do that. How many times have you went in the bank and said, hey, I want to open up a checking account, and the first thing they do is sit you down with one of their banking specialists, and what are they asking you? Personal questions about your finances. Do you have a 401k? Do you have a retirement plan? Do you have a savings plan? Do you have a CD? Why? Because they need your money to make money. We're not going to continue to fall into those pitfalls. Albert Einstein is the genius, and I think we all can identify that, but he was the creator of compound interest. It is considered the eighth wonder of the world. If you don't know about the rule of 72, it basically is a simple equation where you take the interest rate of your money divided by 72, and that answer tells you how long it will take you to double your money. All right, so if you have a 1% interest and you divide that by 72, it will take you 72 years to double your money with the interest rate of 1%. And so it's a simple belief system. He who understands the power of compounding interest earns it, and he who doesn't pays it. So when you're lending your money to the bank and you're not taking advantage of what they are doing, then you're subject to paying interest. You're subject to paying for it, and you're not rewarded for it at all. So the next slide is going to give you a strategy that I truly believe will really blow your mind when it comes to the rule of 72. This gentleman is going to break it down in a very simple strategy that makes sense, and that's why I'm showing it. So just please tune in for the next 10 minutes while Myron Golden breaks down the power of the rule of 72.
The wealth creation that I'm going to talk about today is not rapid wealth. It's not the fast wealth. It's not going to be the leveraged wealth that you get to really, really fast. This is going to be the legacy wealth. And this is one of the most important plays you need to add to your mix. And that is you need to figure out a way to get the most powerful force in the universe when it comes to financial freedom, like the most powerful financial force in the universe working for you instead of working against you. And that financial formula is called the rule of 72. What is the rule of 72? Well, the rule of 72 states if you take your rate of return and you divide it into 72, whatever your answer is, that's how long it takes for your money to double, right? So most people don't know this. This is why this right here, what I just wrote on this board, is one of the reasons why it is absolutely a terrible idea to save money. You have to invest money. Saving money is not enough. So what do you want to do? You want to make sure you get a high enough rate of return on your investment. So let's say you put your money in the bank, and let's say the bank's feeling generous this year, and they say, we're going to give you 3% on your money. You divide that into 72, and the answer is 24. So if you can get 3% per year, you divide that into 72, your money's going to double every 24 years, which means if you start with $1,000 and you invest it at 3%, well then in 24 years, you're going to have $2,000. 24 years after that, you're going to have $4,000. And 24 years after that, your grandchildren are going to have $8,000 because you ain't going to be here no more, right? So just understand this is how it works. Einstein said that compound interest is the most powerful financial force in the universe. Myron Golden says, any financial principle that you don't know and you're not using, someone's using it against you. So if Einstein is right and Myron Golden is right, if we're both right and you don't understand compound interest, that means there are a lot of institutions out there using the most powerful financial force in the universe against you financially. No wonder most people are broke. So what should you do? I'm going to teach you a concept that millionaires use. Y'all ready? It's called flip the script. That's a millionaire formula? Oh yeah. So what you do is you take this and you make them trade places. What does that look like? That means if you can get 24%, divide that into 72, now it only takes 3 years for your money to double. So now your money's working harder for you. 24%, when you get to double digit returns, we call those millionaire rates of return, right? So now what you got to do is I got to figure out where I can get these millionaire rates of returns. Now, if you want to get multi-millionaire rates of return, instead of getting this 24% per year, figure out how you can get this 24% per month. What's that look like? Well, if you can get 24% per year, your money's going to double every 3 years. If you can figure out a way to get 24% per month, your money's going to double every 3 months. You say, Myron, you can't get 24% per month. Oh, you can get 24% per month. Is it likely you're going to get 24% per month? Nope. Is it possible to get 24% per month? Yes, if you have the skill level. And this is why it's so important for all of us to become, if you're not already, to become a perpetual learner. You got to figure out how to make your money work harder for you. I submit to you that for many people watching this video right now, the reason you have to have a job is because your money is unemployed. Now, if you put your money to work, then maybe, no, not maybe, for sure, you won't have to work that hard. Well, what if you put your money to work to the tune of 24% per month? That means your money would double every 3 months. So if you counted the months, month 1, then month 3, then 3 months later would be month 6, 3 months later would be month 9, then 12, then 15, then 18, then 21, then 24, then 27, and then 30, and then 33, and then 36. Now, let's say with this illustration that you start with the same $1,000, right? You start with $1,000. You never put any more in. You never take any out for 3 years, 36 months. 36 months is 3 years. But you start with $1,000. How much do you have in 36 months? Here's what some people say. Well, $36,000. Some people say, well, you'd have $100,000. Some people say you have $300,000. Well, let's see. You're going to double this money every 3 months for 36 months. So how much money do you have? Let's see. You take the $1,000. You have $2,000 in month 3. You have $4,000 in month 4. You have $8,000 in month 9. You have $16,000 in month 12. Anybody want to change their answer? Okay, well, let's keep going. You have $32,000 in month 15. You have $64,000. In month 18, you have, oh, it's about to get juicy here, $128,000 in month 21. And in 2 years, you have $250,000, $256,000, which means you have $512,000 in month 27, and you have $1,024,000 in month 30. You have $2,048,000 in month 33, and you have $4,096,000 in month 36. If you can consistently get 24% per month for 36 months, and you don't ever take any out, you don't ever put any more in, you start with $1,000, you have $4,096,000. Now, here's the challenge. Here's the challenging part. Now you got to figure out, how can I get 24% per month? And the answer is, I don't know. You have to look. Are there ways to get 24% per month? Well, there are ways. There are some people who invest in markets. There are some people who invest in the commodities market that do this. There are people who invest in the options market who do this. There are some people in the stock market. It's going to be a lot less likely, especially if you're doing long-term buy and hold. But there are strategies that you can do with your money. You could become, now you're not going to get 24% per month, but even if you got 24% per year, you'd have $4.6 million in 36 years. That's a whole lot better than what most people got going on, because most people can figure out how to come up with $1,000. And if you figure out how to come up with $1,000 and you can start putting that money to work in different investment vehicles until you find the vehicle that's going to give you the best return, you could be on your way to creating legacy wealth for your family. Some of the people in the past who've created wealth, they've created so much wealth in such a short period of time because they made their money in the right economic era in which they started out, right? They made their money in the economic era in which they were in. But then what did they do? Then they applied the money that they made to this formula. Hey, what's going to happen for some of you? There's some of you watching this right now who are millionaires already. And here's the problem. You might have $3, $4, $5, $6 million sitting in the stupid bank in a stupid checking account. Do you understand what a checking account is? Do you have any idea what a checking account is? A checking account is an account where you loan your money to the bank interest-free. And then they go loan that money to other people and back to you and charge you for it on a credit card. That doesn't make sense. Why would you loan your money to the bank interest-free? Why not do with your money what the bank is doing with your money? Why not do with your money what the other financial institutions are doing with your money, instead of putting your money in the bank and hoping that putting it in a certificate of depreciation, deposit, that's what they call it, a CD, right? That doesn't make any sense. Figure out how to get your money working for you, because I've got news for you. If you don't remember anything else I say, remember this, and I'm going to end on this. If you don't remember anything else I say, remember this. Either your money is going to work for you, or it's going to work against you. Either it's going to work for you and against the system, or it's going to work for the system and against you. Now, what you got to do after watching this video is decide whose side you want your money to work for. In the meantime, in between time, I hope you like this video. You say, Myron, but you didn't tell me where to get 24% per month. Go find it. Go find out where you can get 24% per year. Go find out where you can get 12% per year. Go find out how to get a better rate of return on your money than you're getting with it sitting in a stupid checking account. Start there. And the more you make yourself understand financial principles, the more financial principles will be made available to you. All right, hope that helps you. In the meantime, in between time, stay blessed by the best. Peace out, Cub Scouts. I'll see you on the next.
All right, so Myron Golden is a very wise gentleman. I'm not sure if anyone has ever heard of him, but if you haven't, I encourage you to follow his YouTube channels. Because he is very adamant about the principle of generating wealth and income very biblically and very systematically, and closing the wealth gap. And that's why you're here. We talked about that earlier. We really want to close the wealth gap and look for those high interest returns. And he said that was his call to action to you, to go find it. Well, guess what? You're in the right place at the right time, because we're going to talk about how you can get those double-digit returns, those 20% per year, and even greater on your money, because through our passive payback rewards and passive residual income being paid 3 different ways, you're able to get, as you can see down here, your money growing at a 200+% rate of return. And how do we able to do that? Well, here it is. It's through diversification. So our product, our flagship product, pays you 3 different ways inside of one savings portfolio. So no, you don't put your money in your bank. You put your money into a savings certificate that you have complete control over, and it's going to pay you significantly in these 3 different pillars. The first one is a fixed rate. We are offering a fixed rate of return of 1.38 to 4.15% every single week. And we're going to talk about how the company is able to pay out such high interest returns to its customers. This is a global space, and they want to put you in position to become a lifelong customer. And so they're going to reward you for being a part of this amazing opportunity by giving you this fixed rate that you're going to get every single week for a period of 78 weeks. Give you your principal back and allow you to decide if you want to start that entire process over and grow your money on a second run. The second way is through our monthly rate of return, averaging about 4% paid out quarterly. So you're getting a quarterly bonus on top of that. So those are the very first 2 ways that you earn. But we just talked about the power of compounding, and Myron did a significantly well put job of breaking down how to flip the script and look for those high interest returns that's going to double your money in the shortest amount of time. And that is an opportunity right here, right before you. So you can take those fixed rate returns, you can take that monthly paid out quarterly rewards, and you can compound it to supercharge your savings vehicle and really put yourself into getting your money to double for you at a very, very, very rapid rate. So here are our flagship products. These are called our meta certificates, all right? And each one of them have a different entry or different investment amount, starting at 500 all the way down to 300,000. But as I mentioned, that rate of return on the weekly ranges from 1.38 to 4.15%. So for our entry levels, if you can only come in at $500, you can get the 1.38%. But we want you to supercharge your way into doubling your money a lot faster. And so if you come in at our second tier, which is the very most popular tier, most people come in here, at least you can get that 4.15% a week. And so we're going to talk about that, and we're going to break that down a little bit more. So again, you have $2,000 going into a savings portfolio. Let's split that $2,000 down to 2 different vehicles, okay? So you're going to take $1,000 that's going to earn the 4.15% a week. That equates to $41.50 paid every single week, every 7 days for 18 months. That's 78 payments of $41.50 on that first $1,000. The second $1,000 is going to be put into we call a portfolio, a trading managed portfolio by trading professionals. They're going to manage that account for you, and their historic performance has shown that that account can grow anywhere between 4 to 5, maybe even 6% in some months. So a range of 4 to 6% every single month, but those rewards are paid out on the quarterly basis. So when I talk about the compounding aspect, you can take the earnings from the 4.15% weekly as well as the monthly paid out quarterly, and you can compound those earnings back into your portfolio. So basically the 41.50 would go into the portfolio where it's already sitting at $1,000, and then you can just wait and let your money grow for you over an 18 period of time. But you also are empowered with the option to withdraw. And so some people take the approach if they go ahead and withdraw until they get their initial investment out, and then now they're playing with house money. That's a strategy that you could do. Again, we're not financial advisors. I'm just giving examples of what people are doing. But that is the option before you. So when you do become one of our esteemed members, this is what your back office is going to look like. All right. And it's going to give you a model of a pie chart here or a ring chart here that kind of shows you the progression and growth of your portfolio on the week-to-week, month-to-month basis. All right, so let's look at the bigger picture here. If you're like me, you're a numbers person. You're saying, okay, Kim, you said 2,000 in. I understand the 4.15%. I understand the 4.6 monthly. But let's put some calculations out there and actually show me and tell me what is the projected approximate return I can get on my money. Well, here it is. So if you aren't familiar with the compound calculator, you can just Google it and you can put these numbers in on your own. Don't take my word for it. Due diligence is definitely something that everyone should do on their own, okay? I'm just here to summarize it and give you some digestible pieces so that you can understand it, okay? All right, so 4.15%. So initial investment, again, they're 2,000, right? But remember, you have 1,000 working for the 4.15% weekly and 1,000 working in that managed portfolio being traded for you. All right, so 1,000 times 4.15%, that's 41.50 weekly. Equates to about $180, a little less than $180 monthly after basically taking the calculations of the 18 months. If you do nothing and just withdraw that, you've earned $3,237. This is a fixed rate, ladies and gentlemen. This does not fluctuate. And I love this model because there's other platforms that I've been a part of that I'm still a part of, but I believe in diversification. But this one, I know exactly what I'm getting every single week, no question asked. And I know I can withdraw it every single week instantly, no question asked. That puts us above some of the other platforms out there right now, today. Okay, 41.50 on your money. You can withdraw it every single week, instantly goes into your wallet. There's no waiting period. That makes us an advantage because we are a crypto bank and we believe in giving people their money. What sets us apart is this. We know that one of the biggest issues that the crypto space has is people being able to have access to their money. And we are a bank in itself. So we are giving that opportunity and we're eliminating that issue inside of our program, inside of our company. So 41.50 every single week. You can compound it, you withdraw it, and it's instantly yours if you choose to do so. The same with the monthly, paid out quarterly. You earn it monthly, but it deposits into your account if you choose to on the quarterly basis. So 4 to 6%. I believe I used a calculation of 5% just to be conservative. So 5% on your money on that 1,000. If you're compounding it, again, this is if you're compounding it, $3,228 after 18 months. So in this scenario, let me be very clear. In this scenario, this is ideal for a person who decides to put their money to work and not touch it and have it compound every single month, every single quarter. This will give you a projected return of $2,000 turning to $7,465. And that is including the principal. So basically, it's simple math. 2,000 plus 3,200 plus 3,200, that's 7,465. All right. That is an ideal situation for our current and future clients who decide to move into this space, trust the process, and really put your money to work for you. So how are we able to do that? I talked about the managed account. So that is the Forex Global Broker that we have a partnership with through technology and BD Swiss. This is the same company that most major banks are using. It's a global platform. They're trading trillions of dollars every single day in the Forex market. This isn't new. You may be new to you, but this has been going on for decades. Now, typically speaking, you have to be a Forex trader in order to take advantage of this or have a significant amount of money for it to be managed by these professionals. But because our company has very, very, very good relationships with this, and we actually have a stake in this company, we're able to offer this type of diversification and this type of opportunity with a starting amount, as I stated previously, anywhere from 500 to 300,000. All right, and so coming in at $2,000 is the best method, the best strategy that I would recommend to anyone. And we're able to do that through this technology, through our partnership with BD Swiss. And that is a beautiful thing to have access to, which we typically do not have access to on our own. So before we conclude the presentation, I do want to extend a couple of bonuses to you. I think this is something that will probably buck your eyes even more. And that is our promotion that we have right now for our first time participants in this magnificent opportunity to earn on your money. So it's the Catch the Bunny promo. It's been extended. The bunny was associated with Easter. As you know, Easter has come and gone, but we've extended this promo until April the 21st, which is this week, I believe, on Friday by 5 p.m. Central. So if you were to go ahead and get the Hermes at $2,000, you are eligible to receive an additional $3,000 on your money. And that's inclusive of all the wonderful interest that will be earned inside of that portfolio. So imagine taking that $7,000 that we talked about that you're going to earn when we look at our past performance. That fixed rate is going to be there. That's not going to go anywhere. The only thing that's variable is that monthly. But even if nothing happens inside of that account, you're going to get $3,000 at the end of the 18-month period, right? So there's no way to cut that time short. You do have to wait the 18 months, but believe me, your money is secure. I've been with this company over 3 years, and everything that they have told us that they're going to give to us has happened. I have never lost money with this company, and the rewards have been so significant, so unbelievable. Sometimes I'm left saying, why are they doing this? Because they have a bigger picture, they have a bigger marketplace, and their job right now is getting as many people into their products so that you could become a long-term customer. So right now, it's a lot of marketing dollars, a lot of promotion dollars being spent out to us, and we need to take advantage of it. I'm telling you, take full advantage of it. All right, bonus number 2. So I told you this company wants your business and they want to reward you for bringing more customers inside of this space. GS Partners has a reward plan that's very, 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 very lucrative, and I will not pass it up. And I'll be honest with you, it's probably the most lucrative compensation plan I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it pays like 7 different ways, but the easiest way to get paid is sharing this opportunity, bringing people to calls like this. We have several different calls, but I would love for you to invite them to my call. And you can get paid $150 an hour of unlimited bonuses. How does that happen? Well, if anyone you invite and you become a partner with us, they purchase a $2,000 certificate, you're going to get an instant reward of 15%. Paid directly into your wallet that you can deposit on spot. There's no waiting period. There's nothing that's going to hold anything back. The system is so robust and so strong that they want to pay you instantly. And it is an amazing, amazing, amazing opportunity. It could lead you to creating a routine and a side hustle and something to make some additional money on the side, or even a means to gain more certificates. Why not use other people's money? Get yourself started, get in there, get your first certificate, start sharing the opportunity, telling people your story, how this has worked for you, how this has changed your life, change your perspective on how you grow your money. You invite 10 people, you will get enough in your back office in reward dollars to buy another Hermes certificate. That is freaking amazing. And so I just wanted to share that opportunity with you because it's too good to not share. And hey, if you decide that, hey, this sounds good, this is something that I want to do, how do you get started? Let's get you started. So it's very, very, very simple because we are a community that not only just shares this opportunity, but walks you through the entire process. No person is left behind. We care about making sure you understand, making sure you're clear, because this is a new space. This is foreign territory for a lot of us. All right. And so I've been where you are. And so all you need to do when you're ready to run this play, get with the person that invited you. They'll give you a registration link. They're going to get on the call with you. They're going to get on the Zoom with you, and they're going to walk you through the process because we don't want you left alone doing this by yourself. The assistance that you need from your sponsor is going to be there. We have support calls. We have onboarding calls. We have training. We keep you updated. We have Telegram groups. We have Facebook groups. The support is there. There's no person that have come through the doors under our team that has not had the assistance that they need. And so we're going to help you purchase your Meta certificate. We're going to help you load it. And as soon as that process is complete, 7 days from there, you're going to get your first reward, and it's going to be a celebration. So congratulations in advance for being a part of the team. We welcome you all. So I just want to extend a grace and gratitude once again. Thank you so much for coming on this call. It was an amazing time. I hope that it enlightened you, it brightened your perspective on how to put your money to work for you, and you seize the opportunity to join this magnificent metaverse space and get your money in a space that actually can grow. So if there are any questions, I'm going to go ahead and allow that to happen. If you do have any questions, you can unmute yourself or you can raise your hand, and we'll be here to assist you with any additional concerns or questions that you may have.